All right, we should be good now. All right, there we go. Can anybody see me? Okay, we got 4 in here. All right, sorry about that, guys. Some issues with getting everything set up. Hi, Landon. Okay. Did everything get activated right? I think so. Hello, Mr. Travel. Just had to pop in and say greeting. Thanks, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. That's let me know. But apparently, in the setup menu for these live chats, you can't enable slow mode after the premiere or after the live stream has started. So I don't know. If there's a way around that, I haven't seen it. So well, maybe. Did I just find it? Live chat, boom, right there it is. Okay, as soon as I say that I can't find the live stream button, right there it is. All right, anyway, I figured it out, so we won't have any of those weird crashes anymore. Hello, it was good. Good Easter on the account of me getting a little bit sick last night, but besides that, everything was good. Therese, hi. Shove, hi. What's up, Sam? Not much. What's up with you? Gaming, hello. Colin, hello. Hey, I like the intro music. Oh, the intro music to my YouTube videos. Ugh. I really wish I could change those YouTube intro musics. Steve, you're so evil to put on slow mode. Well, I have to. Otherwise, how am I going to read all your guys' messages? Jill, hi from Jill with the Titanic Book Club. Happy day after Easter. Happy day after Easter for you too. Don, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Wow. So many people are already in here. Holy cow. Summer, hi. Hi, Summer. Everybody say hi to Summer. Cole, hello. Let's see. Angel, what if Titanic did a backflip? Titanic. I guess it could do a backflip if an iceberg just like fell on it and caused it to roll, maybe? Hi, Sam. Hi, Everyday Life. Steve, hi, Summer. Hi, Summer. Hello, Sam. How are you? From Channel. I am doing well. How are you today? Dylan, hello from New York City. That's awesome, Dylan. Actually, my brother's not too far from you right now. He's working in New Jersey. Fox Starline, Sam, what do you think of Aquitania? I think it's a great ship. I don't know that much about it, but I do know about it. Mr. E, Sam, it's me again. Well, welcome back, Mr. E. How are you? Isn't Mr. E the name of that bad guy in Resident Evil? I feel like it is. Rachel Pence, hi, Landon. My sister is here. Everybody say hi to Rachel. Rachel, hey, sis. Hey, sis, how are you? And in case y'all are wondering, I am rocking the classic West Virginia t-shirt again. It's kind of hot today, so I didn't wear all my heavy attire. Alex, where is the pup? I will get Rosie. Rosie will make an appearance tonight. Titanic Lover, I saw that meme about you. That meme is hilarious. Actually, there's a new meme. I should upload that meme. Hey, Georgia, welcome to the stream. Great mood today, Sam. I hope everything's going good with you. Landon, will we see Rosie? Yes, I will get Rosie. Pacific, this bit rate. Oh, really? Am I lagging a little bit? Is it me or is it blurry? Am I coming through blurry? Am I not coming through crystal clear tonight? Maybe it should get a little better. Speaking of that, I'm going to turn up the AC a little bit. It's a little warm in here. No wonder it was warm in here. The heater was on. It dropped to 720 blurry. It's coming in blurry. Unfortunately, there's not much that I can do to fix it at the moment. I mean, everything's set up. I've got good connection. Let's just keep an eye on it, see if it improves. Let's see. Bond, greetings from the UK. Welcome. Hello from West Virginia. Don, hello from Ireland. Hello from West Virginia. Fox Starline, can't stay long doing a live stream today. Awesome, Fox Starline. Captain, blurry and choppy. Is it really bad, guys? Do I need to restart the live stream again? How bad is the quality? Do I need to restart? Let me know in the chat. Do I need to restart the live stream? Because I don't know what else I can do. I can restart the whole computer and everything and go from there. Is the Wi-Fi, is my signal that bad, guys? Let me know. Let's see. No, Alex Crawford, no, it's not bad. Inner history, it's fine. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to operate off of the fact that it's okay. It's not that bad. All right, I'd rather not restart the live stream again. Hold on a second, guys. I can try to move us a little bit closer. Let's see. I'm gonna get a little closer to the Wi-Fi, see if that helps out. But the lighting just isn't anywhere near as good, which I don't want to do that. Let's see if it's on my end or if it's on YouTube's end. All right. Am I any clearer in here? Am I any clearer in here? Am I any clearer now? Any better quality now? Okay, so the image did improve. The image is better right now. Now it's perfect. That's better. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, the image is better in here. Seems better, good now, better, clear to me. Okay, I guess we'll... I'm going to try to move back because I'd rather do it in that other room. I'm going to try to move back in there. If the image gets fuzzy again, then we'll come back in here. This is just where this is my TV room, so it's just the table's kind of low. So let's go back in here, and if I lose image again, then we'll come back in here and stay in here. Oh, and in case y'all are wondering, this is Rosie's spot. Say hi, Rosie. Say hi. That's where Rosie sleeps. Let's kill that light for her. There we go. Okay, am I still good? Am I still good, guys? Am I still good? Hi, Rosie Hart. Hola. Oh, she is cute. Okay, am I still clear? Maybe that fixed the problem? Because I'd rather not live stream from in there. It's great. Yes, yes. Okay, guys in the chat, just let me know if the quality goes down again, and we'll just go in there. But I really don't want to do that. So, hey, y'all got a road trip, and y'all already saw Rosie. Okay, yes, it's good. Yes, it's good. Still good, still good, still good. Okay, okay. All right, we're good. All right, so let's get into the live stream. The live stream is starting right now after a little show. All right, first question. David, hey, Sam, question. You say that if there were a proper amount of lifeboats, they still wouldn't have had time to lower them. What would they have done with the other 20 or so? Wait, okay. Hey, Sam, question. You say that if there were a proper amount of lifeboats on Titanic, they wouldn't have time to lower them. What would they have done with the other 20? Okay, so if the Titanic would have had enough lifeboats for everyone, I think they would have just ended up floating off. You know, I don't think, or they would have been broken up by the ship. You know, as the Titanic went down and everything, all the lifeboats and stuff on it would have just gotten ripped up by the ship. Maybe some of them would have floated away, but others would have just ripped itself apart. And in case you all notice, my Titanic model had some more damage. Look at my my poor rudder. That's what happens when you use these things as props. Every time something breaks, I'm like, no. Okay, Drew. Hey, Sam, can you do a video about Billy the Kid? Oh, I'll do something about them. Yeah, eventually. Maybe we will get to that. Let's see. John Brown, what do you think happened to the grand staircase? I think it did two things. Number one, you see, when I made my video about the Titanic's grand staircase, no, not the rudder, not the rudder. Actually, if you guys watch my live stream from last week, that's when it broke. So I actually picked it up and went to pull it into the camera, and it nicked the side of my laptop screen, and it just snapped. And I'm like, it's probably still here somewhere. I just have to find it. But yeah, anyway, if you go back, you might actually be able to hear a little tick, like right at the beginning. It's happened right the first time I pulled my laptop or my little Titanic out to show you guys. That's when it broke. So if you want to go back there and try and find that clip, that'd be cool. Jim, hi Sam. I finally made it to one of your live streams. Well, welcome, Jim. Gaming, Sam, can you please do a video about the Costa Concordia? Of course, and we all know about that famous captain, Captain Schettino. We'll talk about him. I have very strong words to say about him. Dylan, you should do a Titanic trivia live stream on April 15th. Honestly, anything, I'm planning to do a video for April 14th, 15th, right around there. But the one thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to compete with whatever Titanic Honor and Glory or Tom Linsky or whatever they're doing. So I may just make a video for that because I want to watch their live stream. Because they always do good live streams. I saw he had an ad up that they're Tom Linsky that was with Titanic Honor and Glory. They've got a podcast coming in. Apparently the guy from On a Sea of Glass is going to be there. So I really want to watch that. John Brown, what about the Grand Staircase? Sorry about that. So essentially what I think it was a combo. So if you watch my video on the Grand Staircase, essentially what I said happened was as the ship went down, part of the staircase broke up and floated up and out. And I think that is possible. But then I talked to some other people, and they also said that they think part of the Grand Staircase broke up. So I think it was a combo. I think big chunks of the staircase broke and floated up. And I think other parts broke, and then as the ship was going down, the staircase just shot up and into the ship. I think it was a combo deal. Ethan, have you ever watched Sequest? I have not. Titanic lover, it floated out of the ship. Yeah, more or less. Let's see. Richard, how many ships did the White Star Line lose with the exception of war? That is a good question. But, you know, ship sinking was actually, I mean, it wasn't common, but it wasn't uncommon either. As far as how many ships the White Star Line lost, I'd actually have to look into that a little bit. I'm not really sure. But I did a video on the Atlantic. I did a video on the Titanic. I'd have to look it up, really. Don, Canard or White Star? White Star. Nathaniel, can you do a gaming video? I was actually talking to some people today about doing a gaming style video, but if I ever do gaming videos on my channel, they won't be traditional gaming videos. They would be kind of, I don't know what the right word is, like abstract a little bit. Like I would use them to talk about other things, you know? Justin, do you think if the Titanic hit the iceberg straight on, she would have still sunk? Yes, I do. The only thing about hitting an iceberg dead on, well, there's a lot of factors. Number one is how strong is the iceberg, because icebergs are very unpredictable structures. So if the Titanic would have hit the berg dead on, traveling at 21 knots, I think just the sudden momentum change of the ship hitting that berg, it would crush in the bow, okay? And then that momentum of something going this big, going 21 knots and then just stopping. I mean, think about what structural damage that would do. Now, if they would have seen the berg a little bit sooner and slowed down, who knows? White Star Line lost 35 ships. Thanks, Amanda. Sorry, I'm coughing tonight. Michaela, have you ever played the Survive the Titanic game? I have not. Aeroflies, what's the next ship disaster you are going to cover? Ooh, well, that's going to be busy because that'll be a little bit because of Titanic week. Honestly, I haven't really decided yet. I typically just go along with, you know, whatever I find interesting at the time. You know, everybody was wanting the Estonia video with the Britannic, and it came up on the Atlantic anniversary, so I wanted to do that. Alex Crawford, can you make a video on the Kangaya disaster? I messaged you about it on Discord a few weeks back. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. I know I didn't pronounce what that disaster was, right? But I'll look into it. We can talk on Discord because I'm not familiar with that. Antoine, what is your favorite ship sinking? Titanic. Let's see. Histo. Hi, Histo. Samuel, if the Titanic hit the ship on the port, which is the left side. Samuel Mullins, if the Titanic hit the ship on the port, which is the left side, would it float? Okay, I'm going to assume that you're talking about if it would have hit the iceberg on the port side. No, I think it would have sunk a lot worse. Pete, can you make a video on the Halifax explosion? I am going to cover that. I'm going to cover that in great detail. Alex Crawford, I included the details in the last message. Okay, there is we'll take a look at that. Lychee, did you see the massive debate that happened in your Discord? There's always a debate in my Discord. No, I didn't see it. Let's see. Channel, how did the Titanic get her name? Now, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I thought it was because like they named her like after the Greek gods, and like, you know, Mount Olympus and those was Olympic. So the Titanic was the Titans, you know, like Mount Olympus for the like Zeus and all that. I think. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. Joel, have you ever played Titanic Adventure at a Time? P.S. I can't find you on Discord. I'm there. I'm on Discord. And yes, when I was a kid. Bing, do you think if Titanic sisters were on the same path as Titanic, they would have hit an iceberg? Wait. Do you think if Titanic sisters were on the same path as Titanic, they would have hit icebergs? I doubt it. Please give me a shout out. Sure. Hi, Bing. I'm not sure about your question, though. Roblox, can you do a video on the Concordia? I am going to do that. Don, can you look at Titanics in Minecraft? Ooh, do some Minecraft videos. Maybe I'll do that. Actually, I have a challenge for you guys. I actually, just one question. I asked this challenge in my Discord a few nights back, and no one got it. So I'm actually curious if somebody in the chat will get it. If you are in my Discord, do not spoil it. Would you guys like to try and answer a Titanic question challenge? And if anybody gets it, I will be very impressed. So this is going to be a hard question. One question, okay? Would you people in the chat like to accept this challenge? One question about the Titanic. Bring it on. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right, guys. So this question is a little bit of a trick question, but not really. This is a real question. Just, it might not play out exactly as you expect. Okay. So here's the question. What was the name of the first person to die on the Titanic? What was the name of the first person to die on the Titanic? Hey, Alex, I saw your super chat. I'll answer it in just a second. What was the name of the first person to die on the Titanic? Does anybody know it? Does anybody know it? Codename, you are on the right path. Yes, yes. What was the name of the first person to die on Titanic? Oh, Ethan. Samuel. All right, we got it. Ethan. Wow, that was crazy. We got a guy. Yeah, Samuel Scott's name was Samuel Joseph Scott. He worked on the ship. He died in 1910, I think. Yeah, that's Samuel Joseph Scott. Good job, Ethan. Everybody say good job, Ethan. Good job, Ethan. That was it. Samuel Joseph Scott. That actually took you guys a minute. I knew that was a tough question. I'd be surprised if all right. I've got one more. Who was another? Okay, so there was William Peary and Thomas Andrews. Who was the third person who had a huge role in the construction of the Olympic-class ocean liners? And I need to answer that super chat question. I'll get to that in just a second. I'm sorry, Alex. There was one other person who had a big role in building the Olympic class. So there was William Peary, Thomas Andrews. Who was the other person? The uncomfortable. Yep, the Alexander Carlisle. Yes. Bruce Ismay was the head, but he didn't really design the stuff. He didn't really design the ships. Alexander Carlisle. Good job. That's what I was looking for. All right, J.P. Morgan, Bruce Ismay, they were heads of the company. They weren't really involved in design stuff, but awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's get to that super chat and let's get back to the regular thing. I'm impressed, guys. This is awesome. Alex, $5. Thank you so much. Something I read said Titanic was able to carry 64 lifeboats, but only carried 20. My question is, where could all 64 have gone? They would have stacked them around. Think of it kind of like Britannic, because Britannic had a bunch of lifeboats. They had these new gantry davits, so they could stack the lifeboats up all around and stuff. Now, as far as when the gantry davits were conceived, I don't know. I don't know if they would have had something similar with Titanic if they just had the lifeboats stacked all over the place. But because that was one thing that they talked about, was that they were concerned that the deck would look kind of cluttered. But they would have just stacked them all over the place. But I have a very strong opinion that if all those lifeboats would have been there, I think maybe half of the lifeboats would have gotten away just due to how much work it would have been to get them all ready to go. But thank you for the super chat and sorry for the delay in answering it. Let's see. Michaela. Hi, Michaela. Do you think they could have saved everyone if the ship that was nearby would have gotten there? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they could have saved everybody. Mostly. I mean, there were some people that wouldn't gotten out, but if I really believe it was the Californian, I strongly have that opinion that it was a Californian. And I think if they could have pulled, here's Titanic, pretend that Britannic is California. So this is Titanic, obviously. And this is let's pretend the Britannic is the Californian. I just don't have a Californian model. So let's just say, I think they could have pulled right up beside, lowered lifeboats off of Titanic, went over to Britannic, and just went back and forth. I really think that could have been happening. We got another super chat, 5 from Harry. Thanks. Question: question for you? Do you know the relevance of the city Stoke? No, I don't. I don't know what that is. What is that? Do you know the relevance? I do not. But thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Live and like. All right. The Titanic has 2 sisters. Yeah, 2 sister ships, Olympic and Britannic. Sorry I couldn't answer your super chat a little bit more, but representing, awesome. Steve the Weeb, do you think that J.P. Morgan Sunk the Titanic? No. Let's see. Graham, hey Sam, this is random and it's fine. Oh, sure, Graham. I have no problem with that. And boom, Graham, you are now a moderator. Congratulations. Let's see. Huck, hey Sam, I have a question. Can you do a video on the Evergreen? I can look into it. I've never heard of it. Lane, what is your favorite ship? Titanic has the closest place in my heart, but if you're talking about ships that the Queen Mary is one ship that I really like, but I have my own personal connection to it, so that's one reason why I like it so much. But yeah, Titanic is the ship that's actually closest to my heart. You know what I mean? Let's see. Isaac, hi Isaac. Ethan, context. The Sequest is like Star Trek, but underwater. It ran for 2.5 seasons before being canceled. I still found it really cool. I'll look into that. I've actually never heard of it. One of my favorite underwater movies is actually Abyss. You know, the James Cameron movie, like with the underwater aliens. I love that movie. It's old, but I like it. Undertaker, what are your favorite cruise ships? I've only been on a couple. The Disney ships, I usually take Disney cruises. Those are the ones I really like. But I've been on Carnival, and the Carnival cruise was fun too. I want to sail on the Oasis. I have not, but I do. Let's see. Brian, I wish I was a moderator too. Okay, guys, we need to, I'll talk to people. I usually make moderators people who I've talked to for a while and seen. But yeah, we can work on that. The best way to become a moderator is just to talk to me like on the Discord or something. If I know you, there's a better chance of doing that. Aeroflies, how can I be a mod? I just said go to the Discord. That's the best way. Talk to me privately. 700, have you ever eaten a Titanic meal? Yes, my sister made one. Steve, shouldn't Rose wait, I saw that. Shouldn't Rose have died along with Jack? I hated them both. No, you gotta save Rose. Have to save Rose. Whoa, 2 super chats. Awesome. Andrew, keep up the good work, smiley face. Thanks. What do you think about the sabotage theory of the Titanic sinking? Sabotage theory. I actually don't know this. I have never heard this theory, but I don't. Holy cow, we're getting so many super chats. Okay, I don't know the sabotage theory. I'll get to these super chats as I come. The only thing that I can think of that even remotely references what you're talking about was that Brightside video where an explosion sunk the Titanic or something. I watched it a long time ago, but that guy wasn't even a passenger on the Titanic. That's what you're talking about. I have a lot of problems with the Brightside videos, but other than that, if there's something else I'm missing, please let me know. Okay, next one from Kit, $4. Thank you, Kit. No question, though. Justin, 5. Thank you. I have a document that says on 100 on the top and left, it says International Trade and Marine with one pic of Titanic on it. Wait, okay. I have a document that says 100 on the top and left, it says International Trade Marine 1 with the pic of Titanic on it. Do you know what that means? I do not. I need to see it, and you've actually sparked my curiosity. Come into my Discord. I'd like to see a picture of it. Okay, next one from Core. I don't know how to say your name. I've heard that if they would have just ran 5, thank you. I've heard if they just ran straight into the iceberg, they would have had far less damage and lightly surprised rather than trying to go aground. We actually talked about this earlier. If the Titanic would have went into the iceberg head on, I think she would have suffered massive structural damage. Because if she was slow, you know, like if she was traveling at 5 or maybe even 10 knots, she would have sailed right into it. The berg would have flexed. I think it would have, you know, I think it could have handled it a little bit. Whoa. Okay. I think it would have handled it a little bit, but traveling at 21 knots, there was just no way that I think it would have suffered massive structural damage at that point if it would have sailed right into it. We got a, holy cow. Okay, we got all right. Normal message, $1 message track. Thank you, Normal. Let's see. We got a couple more super chats. 5 from Alex. You know much about Edmund and Mitchell, the 2 younger brothers who survived the ship without a guardian. You should do a video on them. I actually don't know about them. Edmund and Mitchell. I will make a note of them, and I will look into that. I've never heard of them before. Edmund and Mitchell. I can't pronounce that last name. Okay, I will put that into my notes. Thank you very much. And okay, we got a $100 super chat. Oh my gosh, that's why I was like, whoa. So thank you so much, man. Holy cow. Keep up the great work, Andrew. Andrew, are you referring to Thomas Andrews? Will there be a video on the interior differences between Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic? That's a great idea. Do an interior video difference. The hardest thing with that would be footage. Now, I could get, again, thank you for that $100. I'm mind blown. Holy cow. Thank you so much. As far as doing that, Olympic would be kind of challenging, but there is the Titanic Honor and Glory game. So they have a demo on Titanic, and they have a demo on Britannic. So I could do a video, playing those games and talk about the differences that I can access in those games. Olympic would be challenging, because all I could find would be pictures and stuff like that. I wouldn't really have a game thing to walk, but we could talk about it and go over the differences and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. And again, all of you guys, thank you for that super chat. I think that's the highest we've ever had on this channel. So thank you so much. And I believe there was another super chat. Normal person, $1. Thank you very much. And Liam, thank you for $2, no question. But thank you, Liam. Again, all of you guys, incredible, incredible, incredible. Alex, $10. Thank you so much. Let's see. Their father, Mitchell Sir, kidnapped them from their mother, really? Whom he was no longer with, and planned to take them to America. The last anyone saw of him was when he put his children in a lifeboat. So I'm guessing it was some kind of a, when you say kidnap them from their mother, like, was it like a parental dispute? Was it like a court case? Or did he just flat out kidnap them? I'd be very curious to hear about that. Guys, give me just a second. I need to shut a window. It's getting dark. Give me 2 seconds. And I am back. 2 seconds. See? Alex Crawford, their mother had custody. Okay, so he flat out did kidnap them. I haven't heard of them. Let me see. I think I've saved it. Let me make sure I got that in notes because I do want to research them. I'm going to make a video about the guarantee group in the very near future. The next video that's going to be on this channel is going to be excuse me. The next video that's going to be on this channel is going to be a what if video, another what if scenario that I have an idea about. But then after that, yeah, we can look into that. I'd be very curious. $2 super chat. Thank you, Normal. Can you make a video on Chernobyl? It's on the list. Chernobyl is on the list. But a guy that I really do want to talk about is, shoot, what was his name? Tommy Miller. Tommy Miller. Because Tommy Miller was the guy who, during Titanic's construction, he lost his wife to heart disease, I believe. And then after that, he got on to Titanic. And right before the ship left, he gave 2 pennies to his children. And he's like, these are each he had 2 boys. He's like, a penny each, and don't spend them until I come back. And then, so just think about those 2 boys. They lost their mom to heart disease. And then a few years later, they lost their dad on Titanic. I mean, heartbreaking. 2 more super chats. Whoa, they're coming in. Thanks, everybody. Let me make sure I didn't miss a third one. I feel like I missed another one. No, I didn't. Okay, let's see. We got a $5 from Brandon. Thank you so much. Do you think the movie was accurate addressing the rudder being too small on the Titanic for how big of a ship she was? That's a big question. And real quick, my poor rudder. I broke the rudder on my Titanic funnel. This thing has gone through so much abuse, but it's helped make this channel what it is, so I'm keeping it forever. I actually also broke I broke this funnel, but I got some plastics on that, so I was able to fix it. But that's actually a big debate at the time, was that the rudder was too small, and that's kind of a theory that came in recent years. I don't know where that theory came from, but I don't think it was that big of a deal, because during the sea trials, they tested the ship's maneuverability. And actually, during some of the sea days, they tested the Titanic's maneuverability. I forget his name, but he was that priest that we got a bunch of Titanic's interior pictures with. And he actually has a photograph where you can see the Titanic actually turning. Well, you don't see the ship turn, you see its wake. So it's like they were doing like maneuverability tests while the ship was at sea, I believe, when it was on its way to Queenstown. So I think the Titanic was highly maneuverable for what it was. Chronic, $5. Thank you. Buy Rosie some Frosty Paws ice cream for dogs from me. Okay, I will. Also, did Lockhart fall inside the Titanic when it split in two? In the movie, Lockhart. Was he I'm drawing a blank on the name. Francis Brown. Yeah, Francis Brown. Was Lockhart, I thought it was Lovejoy, if you're talking about the butler. That's actually a deleted scene if I'm thinking of the right person. But in the Titanic movie, You see Lovejoy, I think. Yeah, he was right here on the ship as it broke in two, and he's all bloody. That's actually a deleted scene from he got into a fist fight with Jack in the first class dining room. But yeah, Pedro. I'll be back if you're still streaming. Okay, later. Pez, will you be doing an update video about the Estonia? Yes, I will. I wasn't aware of all the conspiracies surrounding the Estonia, and I'm not usually one to buy into conspiracy theories, but the Estonia is weird. It's very weird. Let's see. We just got another super chat. Thank you. 5 from Lodge. Thank you. You should do a video about the Mackinac Bridge. Your Fitz video was on point. I cannot believe I just said Mackinac. For those of you who don't know, so there's 2 cities up in Michigan. There's Mackinac City, and then there's Mackinac Island, but they're spelled differently. So if you go to Mackinac City, it's pronounced like it sounds, but Mackinac Island, I think it's spelled French. So if you pronounce it, it's Mackinac, but it's actually Mackinac. And people who live there always say they know when there's a tourist because they go, we're here on Mackinac Island. They're like, no, it's Mackinac. I love Mackinac. I'm actually going in a couple of months. I love Mackinac. I love it so much. And yes, that would be a great video. Do a video about the bridge. That's awesome. And your Fitz video was on point. Thanks, Lotch. Let's see. I like to think that I'm not a tourist up in Michigan and Mackinac Island because I love it so much, but I just sounded like a total tourist. Dio, I saw you use footage of Titanic Birth of a Legend. I just recently watched it myself. Would you rate it as accurate or does anything stick out? Okay, great question. Titanic Birth of a Legend is a great documentary film, and I reference it. I use it as a reference video in my first video covering the Titanic timeline. So in Birth of a Legend, I'd say it's more or less accurate. You know, it talks about the whole home rule issues, some of the political unrest in the yard. I don't know the whole story, but I know that there was a lot of issues at the time. I would say it's mostly accurate because a lot of the stuff you read about does go along with it. But as far as how the dramatic stuff and everything, I don't know. So I'd say take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to come out here and say it's 100% accurate because I don't know that it is. I'm not an expert on that time period. But from the research I've done, I say it's close. It's close enough to get the general idea. Normal person, $2. Can you make a video on the Didehole Pass incident? I'm actually not sure what that is. Let me find out. Let's see. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to launch the Google. I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing called the Google, but it's actually extremely helpful. Let's see, Didehole Pass incident was an event where 9 Russian hikers died in northern Ural Mountains. Oh, wow. Was it an avalanche or something? So 9 Russians died uncertain circumstances. I will look into that. That is very interesting. I pull up the Wikipedia page, and I could read that forever. So I'll look into that. Thank you very much. I'm not an expert on that. Titanic videos. Hello. Hey, Backyard Garage. Hey, Backyard. Actually, Backyard, I am going to move it. Boom. Okay, Backyards. Okay. Carla, sorry, I'm thinking of the Lusitania. What? Why are you thinking of the Lusitania? I mean, this is like we got Titanic here, we got Titanic here. But I mean, if you're thinking about Lusitania, I don't know why. I mean, Lusitania, I mean, this is a Titanic channel, but I've got, for some reason, I'm thinking about Lusitania too right now, but I'm not sure why. Georgia, Discord link in the community page. Okay. Oh, you're telling them about that. Tony, a bunch of sad faces. Why are you a bunch of sad faces? Dan, can you make a video about Pearl Harbor? I'm going to cover Pearl Harbor, and I want to talk about the Arizona. Lots of studio. Have you heard of the Super Nintendo game SOS? I have not. I'm not an expert on the Super Nintendo. That was the Super Nintendo was a thing when I was a baby, so I don't really remember it. Mike, where did you get the ship models? Oh, Titanic, Honor and Glory. They've got actually, if you would like to see those incredible ship models, let's see, Titanic, Honor and Glory, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, I'm loading up the website right now, and I will post a link to where you can buy any of those models. This is not a sponsorship or anything. I just like their work. Boom. All right, right there. If you want to buy any of the models that I use in the video, there's the link in the description. Just be warned, they take a very, very long time to come in. I placed an order for their model over a year ago, and I still haven't gotten it yet. So if you want to get their non-hand-painted ones, you get them pretty quick. If you want the hand-painted ones like what I have here, like all the detail and stuff, they take forever to come in. I want to get a new Titanic, but we got another super chat from Jim 5. Thank you. Which survivors' Titanic recollections, from both before and after the sinking, fascinate you the most? For me, it was Ebba Hart. Let's see. Which Titanic? I have to, the one that comes to the top, like the one that I think of immediately is Charles Yelkin. I mean, who would have thought that drinking that much alcohol would make you survive? You know, he's a very memorable one. Maybe Archibald Gracie. You know, the fact is, for those of you who don't know, Archibald Gracie was standing in between the first and second funnel, right around here. And this structure you see right here is actually the grand staircase. This is the building that housed the big elaborate dome. And as the ship went down, he was hanging onto a railing right here. And he said he felt this huge suction pulling him down. And I honestly believe that what he was witnessing or feeling was the grand staircase whirlpooling. And somehow he held on and came up and made it to a lifeboat. I think that is one of the most incredible survival stories from the night. But honestly, they're all incredible. There was two more, one more, but there's a guy named Jack Thayer, and he was with a buddy of his named Milton Long. And Milton jumped off the Titanic right before the end, and he said to Jack, are you going to follow me into the water? And Jack said, I'll be there in a minute. So then the ship was climbing up out of the water. This is really close to the end. Milton jumped into the water, and that was it. You know, Milton jumped in, and Jack followed him about, I think, 30 seconds later. Don't quote me on that time frame. And Milton got sucked down with the Titanic, and Jack got pushed out by the backwash. So it's like that difference of 10, 20 seconds kept Jack from being sucked in. It's incredible. We had another super chat. Spartacus. For some reason, I'm thinking of 300 right now. This is Sparta. I love that movie. And don't make fun of that horrible reference. Two ships form a cross in the Pacific. One sunk in World War I and the other in World War II. Really? I had no idea. I'd like to see those ships. Man, you guys are awesome tonight. Everything's awesome. Captain Alex, are we closer to the Lusitania anniversary? If so, you should start a Lusitania month. Ooh, a Lusitania month. That would be really interesting. Do a Lusitania month. Shoot. I hate this. May 7th? Was it May 7th? When did the Lusitania sink? I know. Dang it, I'm drawing a blank. I know it was. Let's see. When did the Lusitania sink? Let's see. I know it was May 7th. Okay, May 7th, 1915. I was right. Okay. Yeah, doing a Lusitania month would be a really good idea. And talk about like everything that was going on. The best book on that was Dead Wake, about the Lusitania. That's the best one. Joel, how do we find you on Discord? There's a link in my community page. I need to update that, but I will do it. You just have to kind of scroll and look for it. David, Sam, have you seen the Queen Mary 2? Would you ever go on one of her voyages? I really want to go on the Queen Mary 2. I want to go over to Europe, and I was actually talking about this with a friend of mine today. I would like to go and tour Europe, go see Europe and spend some time over there and just kind of, go to a town or city, stay there a bit, then move on and not really have a time and not have a schedule, just kind of do my own thing. And then when I come home from Southampton to New York on the Queen Mary 2, like recreate the Titanic's route. I think that would be insanely cool. Although it would be kind of creepy to be sailing over the Titanic, but it would be really cool too. Back our garage, my girlfriend just ordered me an RC Titanic. That's awesome. They make RC Titanics? Well, of course they do. What am I thinking? Do you have to build it yourself? Let's see. I saw one question I wanted to read. Okay. Padme, can you make a video on the oldest shipwrecks that's still recognizable? Ooh, that would be interesting. Actually, they just found that shipwreck. Was it the Johnston or something? It was a shipwreck that, I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. They just found a shipwreck that's, no joke, 4 miles underwater. It was a World War II lost battleship. And honestly, in the pictures I saw, it looks mint. And it's 4 miles underwater, the Johnston. Okay, yeah, it looks mint. It looks perfect. And I'm like, when I saw that, I was so confused. Because, I mean, I know it hasn't been underwater anywhere near as long as Titanic, but still, it looks like you can still read the lettering on the hull. Like, I cannot believe it was 4 miles underwater. I mean, anyway, I'd be curious as to why the decay of that ship isn't anywhere near as advanced as Titanic. Maybe it's the materials. I'm not sure. But you would think that with those depths, you'd see a little bit more rusticles or something. Maybe it's just how they painted the ship. I don't know. Or the iron or steel. But Jim, I just see your message. 4 miles. Holy cow. Yeah. They dived it. You know, actually, men went down there and dived it. ZGG, do you want to visit any shipwrecks that you talk about? I would love to visit them all. You know, I would love to just... What we were talking about in my Discord, and I actually think that this would kind of help with the whole Titanic Grand Staircase debate. I would be very curious because, as we all know, the Titanic is sitting level on the seafloor, but it's 2.5 miles down. But the Britannic, you know, it fell, but it's only 400 feet down and it's resting on its starboard side. What we were talking about in my Discord today is what is the condition of the Grand Staircase on Britannic? Because I think if we could see that, that might give us some more insight as to what happened to Titanic's Grand Staircase. You know, because it wouldn't be hard to see because, you know, the windows for it are right here. I mean, it would be hard to see. It's 400 feet, but you think you could shine some lights or send a robot in there or something. But I'd be very interested to see what the condition of Britannic's Grand Staircase is. Corbett, the metal from the Johnston might still be a little radioactive because it's from the war. Radioactive? Really? Was it? Why would it be? Steve, can you make a video about the ship that sunk in the Straits of Ontario? I haven't heard about those. Like, I'd have to look into that. I'm not that big on those shipwrecks. Oh my gosh. Lamb, how many times have you seen Cameron's feature film Titanic? Too many to count. I don't usually watch the film all the way through. It just sometimes, like, I'll load up like certain sections of the movie and watch it from certain points, like the sinking scenes. You know, like Ode to Titanic, when you like have those big panorama shots. I don't usually watch the movie to watch the movie. I usually use it as a reference thing. But let's see. Georgia, Charles Yalkin from the Discord. Charles Yalkin, you are here. Charles Yalkin, where's your drink? Where's your drink? Charles Yalkin, I'm going to toast to you. This is not alcohol, this is water. But here, I am toasting to you, Charles Yalkin. If you're here, I'd like a toast, please. Can you do, from I Am Copper, can you do a video on the Costa Concordia? I am going to get to the Concordia. Nicholas, you should do a video on the Oceanus. I'm going to get to the Oceanus. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make a vote. I'm actually curious as what the chat will say, but I'm going to put that in my community page. So for my next shipwreck, I'm going to either cover the Costa Concordia, I'm going to cover the Oceanus. I'm going to let the community chat or the community vote decide, but we're going to do a more modern shipwreck. Yay! Cheers. But I'm going to do that. Alici, I just messaged you in the Discord about a Britannic historian. Okay. I can't hear the Discord right now. I've got my computer muted, so I'm on a laptop right now, but my Discord's on my desktop, and I have that all muted out. So. I will. I'm not going to take a vote in the chat over which ship I'm going to cover next, but I will. I'll put that in my community page. I'm actually very curious about that now. I wonder what's going to win. I honestly have no idea. Actually, no. I think the Concordia is going to win because I feel like most people haven't heard of the Oceanus. Dagger, it's starting to get blurry. Okay. Let's see if this fixes it again. We're going to go in here. It's really dark. I'm going to let the computer connect to my Wi-Fi. The computer, go ahead and connect. Okay, should be. Let's see if that fixes the problem. This has been a very eventful live stream tonight. Let's see. CGG. Mike, nice house, lol. Backyard garage house tour. My house is kind of a little messy right now, but I will do a house tour at some point. I will do that. Landon, I am super worried about the Queen Mary. Didn't her owners go bankrupt? Yeah, they did. The Queen Mary owners did go bankrupt, but I don't think anything's going to happen to the ship because, you know, they want to save the Queen Mary. So I think they'll save her. You know, I don't, nothing, they're not going to like scrap her just because the company that was taking care of her went bankrupt. You know, actually, Disney actually owned the Queen Mary for a while, or they had the lease on her. Backyard garage, messy is fine, lol. I'll do a house tour, okay, guys? I'll do a house tour at some point. I've gotten quite a few comments, people wanting to see where I actually edit my videos. Did anybody here see Tom Linsky actually posted a video today? He built a model of a Lego model, or histo bricks as he calls them. He built a model of the SS United States in front of the SS United States. Sydney, how long do you think before the wreckage of the Titanic fully decays beyond recognition? Hang on a second. Oh, Liam Felter, $2. Thank you. I would probably guess. I don't think the Titanic will ever be completely gone. I think some bits of it will always be around, but I'd say within the next 50 years or so, we'll have massive structural collapse. I'm honestly surprised the ship is in as good a shape as it is after how long it's been down there. But people going down there and messing with it aren't helping. I don't have an issue with diving the Titanic, but I think they need to be more careful about how they do things. I definitely don't think they should land on the roof of the officers' quarters anymore. Graham, 5, thank you. Sam, it seems like all the most historic accurate scenes from the James Cameron Titanic are deleted scenes. Yes, they are. A lot of the James Cameron wanted to make the Titanic movie like A Night to Remember. You know, like he filmed a lot of scenes from A Night to Remember, like similar to A Night to Remember. Like A Night to Remember is the most historically accurate Titanic film you can watch, period. It's the most accurate if you want to get the closest to the actual story. But James Cameron wanted to model his films like it, but he just ran out of time. You know, he had to get the love story. He had to do all that. And, you know, Georgia, I got to sign off. Y'all have a good night. Thanks, Georgia. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. Spartacus, $10. Thank you. Do sunken ships in the Mediterranean suffer more damage from the higher salt content, or is it the same? Does freshwater preserve shipwrecks better? Well, freshwater definitely does preserve shipwrecks better. I don't know if it's so much the salt. It's mostly the life, you know, because see, that's why I was so confused about the Johnston, because I always thought that the depth, you know, like Titanic, for example, if you take the Titanic and you take the Britannic side by side, okay, the Titanic is in so much worse shape than the Britannic. And I was always chalking that up to, you know, the depth. You know, there's not that much life down where Titanic is. So those rustical bacteria things can just go to town on it. You know, they can rip it apart. But on the Britannic, there's so much other life for it to compete with that, you know, the rusticles can't take over. So I always thought that had to do with depth. But then I look at the Johnston, which is 4 miles down, and it's got practically nothing on it. So maybe it's just from my lack of knowledge on battleships, because maybe the steel on it is the reason it's holding up so good. But blurry. Oh, blurry. Getting very okay. All right, here we go. This is getting annoying. All right, any better? Any better? Any better? Any better tonight? The computer is blurry. Okay, it's blurry. It's blurry. Any better? Any better? Hello. House tour again. Any blur? Any better? Any better, guys? Any better? Any better? Any better? No, a bit. Okay, so what if it's blurry? Nice shirt. Any better? Not really. We are getting kidnapped. It's getting worse. Wow, what is up tonight? Holy cow, better? No, not much better. Nope. Like, how bad is it? Can you all understand me at all? It's got to be on YouTube's end. It can't be on mine. And the only other thing I can do is restart my modem and router, but then that would be killing the live stream. And I don't want to do that. Yes, it's good now. Yes. All right, we're getting better. All right, I'm going to stay in here for another minute or so. Oh, hey, guys. This is where she usually sleeps. Hi, Rosie. Everybody say hi to Rosie. She is out. She is completely out. Sound is fine. The picture isn't the best, but it's fine. Okay. Doesn't affect the audio. Hi, Rosie. Hi. Rosie! It went blurry for me. Hi, Rosie. Hi. I guess YouTube's just got something up tonight. I don't really know what. I don't really know what to tell you guys, but this is where Rosie hangs out. Audio is fine, and hi, Rosie. So I'm gonna go back into that room again. Let's see how it goes. I need to get a better table in here. Oh, poor Rosie. I'm gonna kill this light. There we go. And turn on the little light. Okay. 20 on. Oh, there was a super chat. Sorry, guys. All right, let's fix up some of these super chats. Okay, guys, I really can't help with the blurry thing. I'll figure it out. Okay, $20 super chat from Cody. Thanks, Cody. Do you want to stick with ships or other cool or any cool travel transportations? I want to do a lot of stuff. Drop frames, maybe. We're getting a free house tour. All right, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna stay in there since the signal is better. I'm just gonna stay in there for the rest of the live stream because this is ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna stay in here for the rest of the live stream. So I'll be looking down at everybody, but at least the signal's better anyway. Okay, let's go back to that Cody's $20 super chat. Do you want to stick with ships or any cool travel transportation history? I want to cover all kinds of travel. Oh yeah, and guys, like the ore. I have an ore back here. I'd like to cover all kinds of cool like travel transportation stuff. You know, like go. I'd actually like to cover some train stuff too at some point. You know, talk about the space program a little bit more. You know, stuff like that. But thank you for the 20, Cody. And 5 from Alex. Yay, Rosie. Also looks like they basically got a house tour since you've had to move into every room. I haven't had to move into every room, but I've never had issues with the quality of my video streams before. Guys, I really can't do anything about the quality right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best here. But I'm as close to my modem as possible on my router, and I have a really high-end router system, so I think YouTube's just being YouTube tonight. At least they're not copywriting me again. Let's see. Abel, if Olympic was never scrapped and was permanently docked in New York or England, would you go? Oh, absolutely. Shoot, I would have been to the Olympic by now. I would have absolutely been there by now. David, Sam, watched Let Them All. Wait, I don't. Okay. Dylan, do you like the Norwegian cruise line? I've been on many of their ships and they're wonderful. I've seen videos of them, but I haven't been on them personally. I would like to go and tour them at some point. Xavier, are you going to do a video on the Bismarck? Yes, but I think what I'm going to do with the Bismarck is kind of combine them, talk about the Hood and talk about the Bismarck, because, you know, they're both really linked to each other. So, Ethan, have you ever watched Titanic Blood and Steel? It's a miniseries about the Titanic's construction, various religious and political factions in Belfast. I have not, but I've seen clips of it. Like, I've seen, like, scenes of it, but I haven't watched it. Somebody told me it was very inaccurate. 5 from Kirby, Kirkby? I almost called you Kirby like the Nintendo character. You should visit Liverpool. I am going to visit Liverpool. The Maritime Museum is great, and there's a World War II U-boat that's cut into a cross section. That's awesome. Also, Lusitania. They brought up a Lusitanian propeller? Seriously? I had no idea. You know what I would think? Whenever I come to Liverpool, I'll probably make an announcement or something because I would love to meet some of you people there and just, you know, talk to you guys about the history and stuff. One of my favorite things about being on YouTube and, you know, just taking this journey is just meeting so many people. Like, just talking to all you people about, like, you know, your connections to like Titanic and history and meeting people from other cultures. You know, I always love that stuff. When I worked in retail for a long time. I was always so fascinated when I met people from other countries, just because I was so interested in, you know, what they had to say, what life was like, you know? So this has been really cool. And I can't wait to come back to and go to Liverpool, you know, tour Europe, go back to London. London's beautiful. I only spent 3 days there, but I loved it. So I can't wait to travel again. And all of you guys, thank you so much for everything you all have done. I've really been enjoying this journey. Master, would you go on the Nomadic? Absolutely. Amanda's got some kind of binary code thing going on there. Let's see. Could you make a comparison between the Honor and Glory game and the wreck footage? As far as I know, Honor and Glory hasn't released any wreck footage yet, but we could, if they do something like that. Abel, I have a question. Will you... Wait, I lost it. Abel, I lost your question. I am so sorry. I cannot find it now. Sorry, man. GED. Yeah, I've walked past the propeller so many times without knowing it was Lusitania. I can't believe they brought up Lusitania. You know, somebody told me that they saw the Titanic's propeller. And I was confused. I'm like, there's no way they brought out Titanic's propeller. But now it makes sense. He probably mis-ID'd Lusitania with Titanic. Makes sense. Jack, do a video on the Titanic Museum in Tennessee. I need to go back there. I'm not too far from Tennessee. Think about 5 hours. I went there once when I was a high school student. I was like 16, 17, I think. And the lady there, like, I told her who I was, like I like Titanic. And she's like, do you want a job? Do you live close? Let's see. Steve, is it true that only men clung onto the overturned lifeboat? Yeah, I don't believe there were any women on the overturned lifeboat. TM Titanic, would you go on the Titanic too? I've talked about that before, and honestly, I have mixed opinions of the Titanic too. I don't think they should do it, but I mean, if they offered it to me, I might check it out. But okay, everybody. So just as a heads up, it is 8:25. I'm going to conclude the live stream at 8:30 tonight. So another 5. Maybe a little bit longer after that, but we're going to wrap up the live stream before too much longer, guys. So just letting you all know. And thank you all for being patient with YouTube being weird tonight. I can't do anything else about it. The Little Good Doctor. Have you heard of the Andrew Dory? Yes, and I actually talk about that in my Lifeboat video. Alex, is it true if you drank alcohol before hitting the water when the Titanic sunk, you stood a better chance of survival? Okay, you are referring to our favorite man, Charles Yelkin. Now, he did survive in the water for a very long time, and he was drunk. But now, how long was he in the water? That's up for debate. He was, I don't think he was in there for, what did he say, 3 or 4 hours maybe? I don't think he was in the water that long. But possibly. I would never recommend drinking alcohol would be a good way to handle freezing cold water, but he handled it okay. So, who knows? I'm not going to tell you to do that, but it's interesting to say the least. Steve, the baker, our hero. It was so funny. Before I started making this YouTube channel and started doing all this, Charles Yelkin, like I called him the baker. I never committed his name to memory. And now it's like everybody knows who Charles Yelkin is. I think it was kind of exaggerated a little bit, but he definitely has just think about it. He had no intention of surviving the evening. No intention. So he just goes, get some whiskey or whatever, and then he just goes back to his room, drinks it all, and then goes back up to the pantry, gets more, comes back down, his room's underwater. He was completely, and then he was more towards the stern, and then he said that he was in the pantry getting another drink, and he started to hear the ship beginning to break up. So he's like, oh, I need to get out of here. And he headed for the stern. He enjoyed the evening as best he could, say the least. I heard a quote, he made it his mission for the Titanic to go down with as little alcohol as possible. MW6 Gaming, how did the Titanic movie idea come up? If you're talking about the James Cameron movie, I think he was always interested in Titanic, and he always had a thing for the ocean. And he took one of the paintings, and I've got the book somewhere, I just don't know where it is. But he had a book with a picture of Titanic that was by Ken Marshall. He had that book and was like, Romeo and Juliet. And boom, that's how he pitched it. So, Zane, go on Independence of the Seas. That's the Royal Caribbean ship. I'm not familiar with it, but I need to travel on all the ships at some point. I've done Disney and I've done Carnival. Those are the cruise lines I've been on. IDK, what if Britannia didn't sink? I'd say eventually she would have been scrapped like the Olympic. Ugh, this looking down is killing my back. All right, guys, so another couple of minutes and I'm going to conclude the live stream. All right, I'm going to move back into for the final minutes, I'm going to move back into the other room. Ugh. There we go. So another 5 minutes or so, guys, and I'm going to wrap up the stream for tonight. Thank you all for being patient with the weird lag that's been going on. I'm going to go back and watch the video and see what's happening. That was killing my back. Lodge, $5 super chat. Thank you. Do more videos on Great Lake ships. I'm going to. I need to do some research on some other ones because the only one that I knew off the top of my head was the good old Fitz, but I'll look into it. Ethan, what do you think of the proposal of turning the Britannic's wreck into an online museum with underwater mounted cameras? I feel like they were wanting to do that with Titanic. As long as they don't mess with the wreck, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. You know, I mean, it's not like, it's like, especially with Britannic, there was what, 30, 32 people passed away. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, I missed the super chat. $5 super chat. Can you do a video on the Primos? I'm not familiar with the Primos. I'm sorry if I missed that chat. Somebody helps me do these. I need to look into that. The Primos. The Primos. The Primos. Let me see what that is. PR. Oh, Primrose. Primrose. Derp. Primrose Wreck. I will look into that though because I'm not. Primrose Wreck. With 31 crew members aboard, the cargo ship Primrose founded on a coral reef. Interesting. I've never heard of that. I will look into that though. But I'm sorry I missed your super chat earlier, but I'll look into that. Sam, do you do other things in history? If so, can you do a video about President John F. Kennedy? I need to do that. Like talk about some of the presidents and famous people from history. Another person that I really want to talk about is Churchill. You know, Churchill is extremely interesting. Don, imagine if they raised Britannic. That'd be crazy. Dan, I could sit here forever. Thanks. I try my best to make my live streams, you know, fun and interesting and exciting. You know, I do my best here. You know, and listen. It means a lot that there's 205 of you in here just hanging out. That's awesome, guys. And this whole journey on YouTube has been a ton of fun. All right, guys. One or two more questions, and I'm going to close out the stream for tonight. Lots of studio. Can you look up the game SOS? Yeah, I'll look into it. I will look that up. Let's see. I'm looking for Charm, Churchill, My Hero. Listen, if you guys have not seen it, I highly recommend, what was it, Darkest Hour? You know, it's all about, you know, Churchill during the World War II. When I was watching that movie, I couldn't believe that, like, there were people in there, like, arguing with him, like, we need to negotiate with Hitler. Negotiate with Hitler. I was, like, about to lose my mind when I saw that. I'm like, ugh. What, like, he wasn't just dealing with, you know, the Nazis. He was dealing with crazy politics, you know, and it's insane. That was such a crazy movie. What was that movie about the guy? Maybe it was just Enigma, but the guy who broke the Enigma code. That was very interesting. I watched like how, like, if those of you who don't know, Enigma was like the code that the Nazis used, and like how he broke that code was. I need to make a video about that because I still don't understand how that machine worked. All right, guys. One more question, and then I'm going to close out the stream for tonight. Let's do one more question. One more. The Imitation Game. That's it. The Imitation Game. Yeah. The Imitation Game. That was 100% it. Let's see. I'm going to try and find one more question. Thoughts on the action from Ed. Okay. Thoughts on the actions of the Californian the night of the sinking. You know, as far as the actions of the Californian, I would have to. I don't think Stanley Lord was a bad guy, but at the same time, I don't. I think his actions were he just didn't do enough. You know, you see a ship, you see it acting weird, and you don't talk about it. You know, I think that was the only thing he was guilty of, was that he just didn't do enough. You know, he like, get up off the chart room settee and go look. You know what I mean? When is Rosie's birthday? I'd have to double check. I think it's May 5th. I know it's May. I'll have to double check though. May 5th, I think. And okay, so we got one more super chat for the night. Larry Evers, thank you. $9.99. Hi Sam, do you know a good place to get the book on a Sea of Glass? You know, I heard that it's absolutely ridiculous to try to find that book right now. The link I had was on Amazon. Actually, I'm curious real quick. Let me check eBay real quick for you. Thank you for that super chat. On a Sea of Glass Titanic book. I'm pulling up eBay's listings. I know you can't see my screen. Okay. The first thing that popped up was one for $950. But here's one for yeah, here we go. I'm gonna post a link on the chat. Here's one for $50 or 55, so that might be one of your best options. But $950, wow. You know, I looked up a book on the SS Atlantic and it was ridiculously expensive too. I couldn't get over that because I want to find that book on the Atlantic. But yeah, anyway, read online. I can't get over that. All right, everybody. Well, hey, that's it for the live stream tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And again, I'm really sorry with all the weird technical problems that we're doing this live stream. I'm doing my best here. And we're going to go back to Sunday. You know, sorry, I got sick last night. That's the reason I had to cancel the live stream for yesterday, but I did it tonight. So the next live stream will be on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's my general time that I usually do it. So that's when it's going to be. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much for being here. Everybody who gave super chats tonight, thank you. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. I can't get over this. Everybody who's been here asking incredible questions, just hanging out, thank you all so much. You guys are incredible. All right, everybody. Well, hey, you all stay safe out there, and there will be a new video tomorrow. All right, everybody. You all have a good night. See you in the next one. Night, everybody.